Most of your gains are being stolen at night. All right? If you're trying to gain muscle and you want to gain muscle fast and you want to really upgrade yourself and upgrade your life, bro, when you go home at night after work or after the gym, that's where your gains are being stolen. That's where the real war starts. The reps is easy. Honestly, the food, once you have that dialed, it's easy. It's your habits outside of the gym. The laziness comes out at night, right? All those bad habits when nobody's watching. Who do you become? Are you still that same guy that you say you want to be? Or are you something different? Are you more inclined at night to eat those unhealthy foods, to smoke the weed, to watch the stuff you know that you shouldn't be watching, and that's throwing every single thing off? Is it throwing your sleep off? Probably. Is it throwing your diet off? Most likely. Is it throwing your focus off? Yes. So you understand what I'm saying. When you go to the gym and you're not able to get the strength or the size that you want, I would take a suggestion to look outside of the gym, because that's where your gains are being lost. I know for me, for a long time, my habits outside the gym were not dialed at all. I smoked a bunch of weed, watched all that shit that you shouldn't be watching. I was lazy, bro. I ate a bunch of unhealthy foods just because they were around. It was a lot of stuff that I continued to do, and I didn't realize how much it was affecting my gym sessions, just my life in general, my sleep, how I showed up, my walk with God, everything. It affected everything. So, if you are serious about leveling up in your life, in the gym, and what you say you want to do, I would suggest dialing in the habits outside, right? Because now I don't miss. I haven't done any of my bad habits in months, and I haven't missed the gym in months. And the physique is the best I've ever looked in a while. I'm the strongest I've ever been, and it's because my habits are the most dialed they've ever been. I'm the sharpest I've ever been, and I want that for you as well. You can't have it. There's no reason why you shouldn't. You should want that. But if you don't have it, it could feel very far. That level can feel very far away. Because I remember a time where I tried quitting the habits, and I couldn't. I would smoke at the gym, literally. I would take pre-rolls to the gym, where I'd take my dab, and then I would hit my dab pen inside the gym, right? And then afterwards, I'd be like, oh, I got a great pump. Or, yo, I'm being accomplished. No, bro, not even close. Not even close. And so, when you come to these realizations, you're like, what do I do about it now? Because I feel like the turning point for me was definitely, I invested into a mentorship, right? Came across a mentorship. I invested in myself, and I had to get serious about where my money was going, because I was spending a lot of money there too. And then what else happened? I want to say that mentorship was the only, it wasn't like I swiped the card and then everything changed. No, it's not true. A couple months later, right, watching a YouTube video, watching a self-development video of John Mark, and it said, quitting weed will give you superpowers. And sure enough, it gave me enough conviction to attempt to quit weed. And I kind of attempt to quit weed again. And I was already kind of disgusted with who I was, the amount of money I was making. I knew I needed a change. I knew just the person who I was weak. He was weak-minded, and I didn't want to be that person anymore. And so I gave it up, and now it's been more than 3 months, almost 4 now. I've just cold turkeyed it, and hasn't been easy, but I can assure you that it's been worth it. I remember breaking down and crying some mornings when I woke up and all I wanted to do was smoke, and crying because, you know, it was a big check that I invested in. You know, I made a big commitment, and smoking used to be my escape. But I started using the gym more, you know, and committing myself there more and using that as my escape. But now it wasn't like I was going there and hitting the dab pen. Now it was, no, I'm dialed in, right? I'm taking my reps seriously. I'm doing what I need to do seriously. I'm taking my business more serious. There was no more escaping. And then I figured out, man, my weed is gone. But then I started watching more Netflix. So I cut Netflix a couple weeks ago, and the same thing happened. I literally started getting like Netflix withdrawals, right? Now I didn't break down and start crying like I did on the weed. That shit was hard as fuck, and it sometimes is still hard as fuck. Because my job is right next to, like on the same block, there's a weed store, right? There's weed stores everywhere nowadays. I smell weed everywhere. There is literally weed everywhere. And so, yeah, I quit Netflix a week ago or so, and keeping my mind occupied is definitely a challenge. You know what I mean? So I've just been going on late night drives, been in the gym more, filming a bunch more content, getting on my business more. I basically am doing a whole dopamine detox, but without it being a dopamine detox. Like, I don't need to call it, oh, it's a dopamine detox. No, this is just me getting my life in order, bro. Like, that's it. Stopping the drugs, stopping anything like porn and what the fuck? Like, that should be entry level. That should be barrier level. Drugs, porn, alcohol, just like, you know, the common drinking, like drinking just for fun. What else? Wasting your time, hours on Netflix, sleeping in, staying up late, being off mission, being off purpose. That should be normal as a guy, to have your mission and yourself dialed in. But it often isn't. And we often have like men around us that are also weak. So we don't have that strong structure, that strong brotherhood to tell you, to pull you aside and be like, bro, this isn't for you, right? There's a better way, there's a better path. And sure, like, I heard it before by some people, and I've had brothers close to me, but none say what, like, the John Mark video said. Like, quitting weed will give you superpowers. Like, that just hit me. And I think I watched it a few times, and I made the commitment to stop, and then I finally did stop. And so, yeah, bro, if this is your first time hearing about it, bro, you need to commit yourself to a whole new standard. A whole new standard. And my boy Leo, one of my brothers, he when I invested into the mentorship, he's one of them running it. And we had a call, and one of our first calls was, Aiden, you need a whole new standard. I still remember it. You need a whole new standard. And he was right. I did. And most men out there, they need a whole new standard as well. Like a much higher standard. Much, much higher. So if this is your first time hearing about this, bro, quit the bullshit, right? If you want to turn to a boy from a man, and you don't want to be a boy man, right? Somebody who's 30 years old and still lacks self-discipline, who still doesn't have his life in order, who still chases cheap dopamine and pleasure, get your shit together, bro. Get it together, okay? Raise the standard, raise the bar, not only for you, but for your friends around you, for your family around you, because I've noticed change in my pops. He's lost fucking 30 pounds or some shit ever since I've, started to dial in. And yeah, that's all him, but I can't help to think I have something to do with that. You know, he stopped smoking weed recently and stopped dipping. Like, I can't help but to think that I have something to do with that. My friend, on one guy that I met, he told me I am the reason he stopped, or a big reason that he stopped smoking weed, and it's helped him tremendously. So I see a recurring theme over and over and over. Bro, it's these cheap fucking habits that they tell you is okay, but it's not. They tell you it's okay to indulge, but it's not, bro. And I can't even, like, I'm not even gonna spark up just for the one time, because it's not like a glass of wine where you can take a glass and still be okay, bro. A hit, you're zooted, right? Like a hit of weed, bro, you're high, right? That's what, like, you're high. A sip of alcohol, you're not drunk. But a sip of weed, you're high, bro. Not like buzzed, but you're high, right? There's no, it's either you're not high or you're high. You know, with drinking, bro, you could get like maybe a little buzzed to tipsy to drunk, right? But you gotta, like, I gotta take fucking 3 glasses of wine to start feeling tipsy. Versus weed, bro, if I took 2 hits right now, bro, bro, that would feel like I would be gone, bro. I guarantee you. And it feels amazing. It feels so good. It feels so fucking good. And I can't lie, you know? Just like porn, just like any other quick hit of dopamine, bro. It feels amazing. But you know what else feels good? Being totally free and not having to be a slave to these addictions, right? I carried the dab pen everywhere, bro. I smoked weed everywhere. There were times where I smoked weed on the job, bro. On the job, at the gym, I started carrying weed in my car. Like, bro, that shit got bad. I was buying like an ounce a month. An ounce a month, dog. Like, bro, that's a gram a day pretty much. Sometimes it was more. And bro, like, plus the dab pen, plus whatever else I was doing, bro, wasn't good. I was overriding the dopamine center in my brain, and now I'm 90 days plus out of me filling that void of dopamine, and I get these hits of natural dopamine, right? I go to the gym, I feel good, I focus in on the workout, I do my work, I film this piece of content. Now I'm fully like engaged. I'm not thinking about other shit. I get this dopamine hit from achieving the goal, from achieving the work, the mission. I'm God-led. That was another huge thing, bro. I didn't have God in my life before. I was chasing pleasure after pleasure. But if I had God, bro, God, he has a lot of words to say about this in scripture and whatnot. And if you are able to read scripture, ask ChatGPT about scripture and learn it, bro, there is so much powerful words, so many that you can take and use for your own good. But he wants to see us do things with the life that we're given. He wants to grow a relationship with him, right? How can you do that when you're focused on these worldly desires of your own flesh? How can you feed the spirit when you're constantly feeding the flesh? You can't. And I remember in high school, bro, I would go and I would smoke at the church, bro. I would with my homies, we would smoke at the church across from the high school, and then we'd go into school. I remember on registration day, we drank beers in the morning just to get a little buzz. And then we'd smoke some weed. Bro, like, I'm so dead ass. And then we'd hit the vape. Bro, and then I'd go home, and sure, maybe I had a girlfriend or whatever, talking to a girl, but bro, I promise you, it rarely stopped me from looking at images online of different girls who I thought were pretty or hot or fine, right? And bro, it was not conducive. I was feeding the flesh in every fucking way and not the spirit at all. So recently I've been feeding the spirit a lot, and I've been learning what the difference is. So yeah, man, This is about a 15-minute video. I'm gonna leave it at that. If you're vibing with this, I built a system, right? I built a system. Of course, I've been using ChatGPT a lot, so a lot of the stuff that I'm building as of late, like I add AI, I have it help me build it, but these are my true stories, and this is what I know is helping me currently. So I built the Forge method, of course, using chat, having it help me layer these in, but this is what has helped me, definitely. And I built it over the last month or so, and it's changed, it's adapted, and I like this variation the most. Forge. Fitness is the foundation, so it's an acronym, and that's what F stands for. Because if you don't have a strong body, you likely don't have a strong mind, and vice versa. Because I've had the strong body at times, but I had a weak mind. So you need them both. You need them both. You need a strong spirit, and you need a strong body to work that spirit in, to have your health. So fitness is the foundation. And bro, if I wasn't able to walk, like I remember being injured and stuff, bro, that shit was bad, bro. Without my ability to move and fitness, bro, I was in a bad spot. Fitness is the foundation, bro. Channel your energy in a productive means. Order your morning, okay? Order your morning, set a wake up time. Tell yourself I'm gonna wake up at this time. You know, I have an order of pray, meditate, journal, workout, cold shower. That's my order. Of course, I eat in between. And then we have, you know, you need an evening routine as well, but for you to order your morning, you likely need evening structure, because you're not gonna be able to wake up on time if you don't have evening structure. So yeah, bro, evening structure is huge. FOR, relentless execution on what you need to do, whether that's working out, eating a meal, doing something in business. Pick 3 to 5 things that you know you need to do and relentlessly execute on them. All right, that's R. G, God first. I didn't have God for the longest in my life, and now I'm starting to hear him and talk to him in everyday conversation. So do that, God first, and evolve and evaluate. I do this daily and also weekly. I ask myself 3 questions. Where did I lead? Where did I fold? And what did I learn from today's battle? And it just helps me get better on a daily basis. I know for a fact when I go home, I already know where I folded, because I'm already thinking about them. And I know where I folded today. Not on bad habits or anything, but in business. I told myself I was gonna reach out to 5 to 10 people and start conversations in the DMs as I'm working through this fitness program and helping brothers, you know, gain 10 to 20 pounds of muscle and train with conviction in 90 days. I need to reach out to people and start conversations. I didn't do that over the last couple days, and I was supposed to. But I'm here filming the YouTube video. I still can do it. Matter of fact, like, fuck it. I will still do it. We'll do it right after this. I still need to film reels. I have my first reel of the day, which is good, ready to go for tomorrow. But I'm trying to get structure, right? So this Forge is structure. And if you can apply it, you will start to learn that it's structure in everywhere, in every aspect of your life is what you need. Structure and order. That's what you need as a man. That's what's helped me break these habits and stay on track, stay on the path, and also build muscle, right? I'm bulking right now. I'm still looking to bulk and build the muscle that I want. All right, I'm 180 right now, around 180 pounds. I would love to be at 200. I would love to be just lean, athletic, 200-pound fucking beast, right? The best physique my bloodline has ever seen. And so yeah, structure and order is gonna get me there, and it's also gonna get this business off the ground. Before I started many businesses, but I believe they failed because I didn't have the structure and the order, right? I was always smoking weed for the last 7 years, and I was always doing stupid shit too, along with trying to start the businesses. And so yeah, there's a game going on in the back, little baseball game. I'm gonna call it here, guys. I'm gonna call it here. Gonna keep this video under 20 minutes. All right, man, I hope you can learn. If you're done being soft, DM me the word Forge, and we'll talk about working together. I also have a one-on-one Calendly link in the description below in this video. We could talk. Let's see if we're a fit. And yeah, man, I'd love to see who's this reaching. So leave a comment as well if you're getting value. I'll see you on the next video, guys. Peace.